Okay, so the goods and services, this is just an overview of like the amount of things and, services we have available. And I thought this was interesting. The amount of grocery stores that we have, 49, the amount of super centers, which is our super Walmart, one, and then and convenience stores with gas stations. I'm not sure if you guys are aware or have ever heard of a Wawa, but that is on every corner. And then, the restaurant. So we do have a lot of things so that the community is able to function. Um, and this is, an extension of that previous slide. Community resources, 211, behavioral health. Um, but I really want to focus on this. This is our new uh, social services slash welfare office. And like I said before, it's very close to the center of town where it's accessible to many of the people who would use it in town. It's not really accessible to anyone who lives in the outskirts, but that's where, you would get the TANF and, you know, cash assistance, all of that stuff, food stamps, along with the division, the Child Protection and Permanency, or CPS, is right in that building as well. And the motor vehicle, it's a complex. It's what they call it, social services complex. So that's all there. Um, I just, there's also this website that I had found, um, where there are a lot of behavioral health, different things that you could look for with families who are struggling with, substance abuse, mental health issues. Um, and then this little youth advisory council, and then did not put it on here, but the YSAC, and I can't remember all what the acronym means. And it's a shame because I am a part of it. It's a council similar to Youth Advisory Council, where we discuss again those behavioral health um, outlets, services programs for the youth in the county. So that's also a big thing because it's all volunteer. We all come from different programs and agencies, and we come together. We talk about the programs that are available to people in the community. Commonality of values and goals. So I spoke a lot about uh, it earlier, but we're really big into sports and religion. Although that statistic before, didn't really show that facts, but definitely the sports. We do have a stadium, a football stadium. We do uh go to homecoming. It's a big deal in the town, and that I'm sure you saw in that video the amount of parks and recreational activities that we have. That's a big thing. So being outdoors and family time is something that I see across the board. We do have a lot of things for the community itself with the festivals and all of that. Whole person principle. Again, the recreational facilities. This is actually one of the best parks I think we have. It's called Crystal Lake. And as you can see, it's like it's green. There are, if you look it up on the internet, I think it's called a blue hole, but it's one of the prettiest parks. It's a trail. It has, a volleyball. You can have your events there. People have had birthday parties there. It has grills. It's really nice. Um, One of the things that I think is kind of a drawback is the housing. It's really expensive to live in Vineland. Um, Even in the parts where it's not as nice, it's pretty expensive. So in the congested areas, the center city, it's really, really expensive. And oftentimes, people really do struggle. We do not have a lot of, we do have, our few, you know, resources, but it's one of those, it's a shame because it's such a nice town. But it is it's costly to live in here. predictability. So we talked about predictability. This is really funny because as I was doing this project, this assignment, I had a difficult time because I'm someone who I consider this a small town, and I'm someone who absolutely resents my town. So I had to be objective, and one of my biggest complaints was this town is predictable. It's the same thing over and over again. And reading that article, that's what you want in a good town. So for me, it was a drawback, but it is very predictable. You know what you're getting. And when there's an upset, the whole town is, shook. It's what it is. So it's completely predictable. You're gonna see that often. And if there's something big, that's not that's a rare occurrence. A recognized place in the social structure. So it is a large town. Again, it's pretty spread out. So you might see, a common pattern or attitude or belief in one section. So you might see, a lot of people settling down in the outskirts where there's more money, where there's more of a community, a pleasant community, I guess, a nicer community, and then than in the inner city where it's a struggle to kind of maintain your home. But I think overall, people really do strive to have a family and do strive to be successful. I guess that's a big thing. But I do see a lot of people settling down. Like, this isn't the town where you're gonna see a lot of competition, trying to, like you would see in New York, where everyone is out for themselves. This is a very big family town where people come in and they settle in and they get married and they have kids, and that's what you see. Opportunities, again, the festivals, park cleanups, library events. We have one library, but they do a lot for the community. They do a lot for the kids. It is a place where kids go to hang out, and it's been doing that since I was really, really little. They now do free events where they might take you to New York and you do a sightseeing thing, or Atlantic City, um, for like $20. So I think, there are opportunities, there's jobs, there's education where if you don't necessarily have the skills, you can go to the technical school, which is right down the street, or the community college. There's tons of opportunities to be had in the town. Um, Homogeneity. Um, you know, they're kind of like how I was mentioning before. Um, People are pretty diverse because of how large the town is, but I think everyone is usually on the same page of, I want good for my family. So I think, you know, that's where that sameness is. And everyone is kind of has their own way of going about doing that too. So in conclusion, although I hate to say it, my town, I think, is a really good community. Despite, some of the drawbacks, living there. I think there could be more for the community as far as housing and affordable housing, and maybe, in the congested urban area. Um, but yeah, overall, I think it is a really great town to live in. And hopefully one day maybe you guys might be able to come and visit. Thank you.